Hello, I'm Jacqueline Holstead, and you are listening to On Point Conversations. In this podcast series, we share creative marketing, content, and branding strategies that help your business successfully navigate the new normal marketing environment. And today I'm going to talk about a topic that's been coming up for me as we go into the end of the year and we go into planning. Most companies that I work with start planning what they're going to be doing for the new year in their marketing programs, and that also includes their social media. And I often get asked, why can't we just do an organic social media program, which I think is great, by the way. I agree totally with trying to do something organically, because it's very important that you incorporate an organic social media program with your general social media strategy. And although people think of it as inexpensive and not difficult, it sounds like it's not difficult at all. It takes a lot of planning and man hours to make it work. So even if you don't have a budget, or you're not thinking, I'm not going to spend the money on advertising, there's still money, time, and resources to be spent on figuring it out, on trying it, on moving it forward. So it's manual energy and time. And if you're hiring a consultant such as me, there's some consulting time. So you can buy advertising that reaches a very large audience. But if you really want to look at the conquering the organic or the unpaid social media, it is definitely worth your time and resources, and those are definitely needed. So it's not like thinking of buying a seed, putting it in the ground. Does it work? Does it not work? This is very important to your program. So let me give you some, number one, reasons to try it and ways to try it. So I do see organic social media as very economical. It's free as long as you're not paying for dollars and cents for advertising, but it does require work and manual energy and time. So it does require you to have some manpower behind it. It is cost effective though. And I believe it's even more effective to reach your audience. I would say you can post as many posts as you want because it's free to share, but you're not going to want to overwhelm your audience by scheduling too many updates. I've signed up for various types of companies who are doing updates, and it's constant. So it's best to do the updates on a very regular schedule, and I would suggest no more than 2 to 3 times per week. If you are blessed to have a customer phone number and they let you and authorize you to send text messages, send them sparingly and only when the update is really important or it's of interest to your audience. And use it as a realistic option, social media. It's to really be combined with your other marketing tactics and making it a comprehensive content strategy rather than one thing. You aren't going to be able to do everything with just this one social media organic program. Now, an organic social media program, one of the things it offers is authenticity. So the importance of authenticity cannot be overstated. I can't state it enough that if someone believes what you're saying and they believe it's in their best interest that you're saying it, you're going to get a lot further. So social media in general gives brand managers the opportunity to show their audience who they are and not just what they sell, because you're going to know that when you're looking at an ad, a person looking at an ad is saying, what are they trying to sell me? They're trying to sell me something. However, through non-paid updates, organizations get that really genuine look that defines their brand as authentic and not just, I just want to sell you something, get online and buy something. Organic social media also should very much complement your advertising program. So sometimes I've seen companies who have siloed those, like siloed the social media and the advertising are different. They should be working together. So if you see a Facebook ad in your feedback and you click on the company's profile, you really expect to see relevant content on the page, right? So keep that in mind as you invest in advertising. So while you're running an ad, you also want to update your page with high quality, non-paid, so the customer doesn't have to pay for it, content. And research shows that 81% of consumers research a business on the internet. And that includes their social media profiles before buying. So you want to make sure you're making a positive impression on any potential customer that may be just evaluating your company. Because it's really only going to be through a balanced approach that's using paid advertising intelligently along with your organic content. And that's where you get the greatest results. Social media is really good for fostering your creative voice. So your updates are a really great forum for exploring your organization's voice and creativity. So before you invent or invest hundreds of thousands of dollars in an ad campaign, use your non-paid channels to really build a foundation. What type of content is relevant to your company and to your consumer? What are they looking for? Are there particular words you want to use to evoke certain emotions in your target audience? How will you creatively connect with your social media users? What updates are receiving the most interaction? So again, you don't just want to be posting and not looking at your statistics as you post. So while there's a lot of helpful information to glean from a little bit of ad testing, there's always a lot to glean from this organic approach. So in addition, you want to be very creative to drive engagement on your non-paid social media. So, because that can build your content marketing muscles. And you also want to post fewer updates that are higher quality. And that's really a key. And what I find with people is sometimes they think, well, we'll just let everybody post. And as long as they're posting, it'll be fine. No, please make it brilliant. Don't just add noise. There's a lot of noise going on. Make good content that your profile, your consumers, those people want to see, they're interested in seeing, and they love to see. Recently, I ran across Bobbi Brown has a new company. I think it's called Jones Bones. I don't know. Anyway, they have what's called a miracle balm, and I saw it online, and I thought it was interesting. And I do know or heard of Bobbi Brown's cosmetics. I've never tried them. And so I saw her, and I loved her video, by the way. It was very authentic. It was clear that they didn't spend a lot of time editing it, pulling it down. I mean, it was very, very good and very authentic because it was real. And I actually tried the product, have bought bought twice from their products, and I'm thinking of a third. So they are doing a really good approach. One of the things, though, they do is a lot of texting and social media. A little bit too much, I think. But you're going to have to gauge your own audience to see what works and what doesn't. Because I'm buying again. So obviously it's working for me, for them, for me. Social media also provides very much a forum for customer care. And there's another study that 63% of consumers expect companies to provide customer service via social media. 9 out of 10 social media users have used social platforms to contact brands directly. And more than 1 out of every 3 people turn to social media to voice customer service concerns before they go to the website or they do live chat or they do email. There's another product that I purchased from called Portland Leather. And they have quite a following of people. You would think you would purchase a leather purse, I would anyway, or a leather wallet, and you'd have one, and that would be done. But there are people who purchase every color of a certain purse they like. I myself have purchased several tote bags from them. I find their product to be really, really good, and I find their customer service to be really good. They have several Facebook pages. One, they share a little bit of a teaser when something's going to happen. And they work with their audience. And the audience actually posts pictures maybe of their puppy who might be sick, or maybe there was a death in the family. And they're sharing this information with a company who sells leather products. But it's a community. And we'll talk again later in another podcast about building community, because I think building community is really important. I think organic social media is really important. I think your marketing programs are really important. But I really find that if you can build that community and the community works together and they support each other, your company just swells bigger, and it's actually a very good service to everyone. So I was back to the 9 out of 10 social media users use the social platform to contact brands directly. And despite, I know Facebook's algorithms have changed, it's really important for a brand to maintain at least a minimum presence. So if a customer goes to your page for help, they see that you've posted, not that you've posted updates in months, or maybe even you haven't posted in years. So they may assume the page is abandoned. They may assume your business is out of business, bankrupt, whatever, closed. So by posting at least one update a week, you show consumers you're engaged and you're much more likely to provide the help they need. Social media also, and I just talked about this a minute ago, builds engaged communities more effectively. And engaged communities keep coming back to companies. So while a social media ad may catch a user's eye, it's not going to necessarily turn them into a brand advocate, which is really what you're looking for. So by seeing a variety of business updates on a very regular basis, not overwhelming, but on a regular basis, consumers can learn about your company and slowly become loyal to your organization. This isn't going to happen overnight, which is the same way you plant a seed. It doesn't necessarily germinate overnight, and not every seed germinates. So take in mind that this is organic, and you're looking at growing your loyalty, which is a big one, because loyalty means they believe in you, they see you as an honest company, and they trust you. And never, ever, ever destroy that trust, because once that trust is broken, it's very difficult to get back. And also understand that when a follower interacts with your brand and their social media contacts see it, they essentially have endorsed you. So a smaller community of users that interact with your business is so much more important than if you have hundreds of disengaged followers. And over time, your engaged community builds on itself in ways that ads simply can't. It just is the way it is. Social media also is going to really help your search engine optimization, which we all know is very important. So updating your profiles regularly can help show up in relevant search results, which is really important because we all know that we can just go to a website browser, type in our request, and we get these things that come up, and we want ours to come up closer to the top, hopefully the top, but closer to the top than other people have. Anyway, I hope this has helped you. Please feel free to contact me at onpointthinking.com. I have a website and I have email there. You can contact me there. I answer those emails on ones that have questions and also ones that, maybe have comments. If you want a podcast on a particular subject, let me know, because that's a good way to let me know what's of interest to you. I look at my social media too, so you might social media post me at On Point Thinking. And my podcast is On Point Conversations. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a really good day, and I will be back in touch with another podcast next week. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for listening, and I invite you to join me next week as we talk more about specific actions you can take to reach your own business goals. You can find my library of other inspiring podcasts like this one at onpointthinking.com. Again, thank you for listening. This is Jacqueline Holstead at On Point Conversations.